So we are talking secret savings for your students' future, and this one could help families save thousands of dollars. According to a new survey from ScholarshipOwl, just 5% of students heading into college this year have fully secured the funds to pay.
But don't panic. Jennifer Finetti, director of the student advocacy at ScholarshipOwl, here with some little-known ways to unlock big savings. Good to see you.
Thanks so much for having me.
And let's begin with that stat, right? 5%. 5% of 2024 students have fully funded their education. A lot would point to their parents, right? So why is the number so low?
The number is low for a lot of reasons. You know, a lot of families are not able to save enough money for their child to go to college. And of course, the cost of college has continued to skyrocket. And so what a lot of families are doing is they're sort of cash flowing their way through helping their kids pay for college. This includes the kids themselves as well as their parents. And, you know, there may be some savings, but it's just not going to be enough to cover when the average cost of an in-state public university is about $27,000 a year. And the average cost of a private college can go in the $40,000 to $50,000 or more per year. And so, you know, it's hard to have that extra money, especially with inflation and other things going on in the economy.
So can we talk about financial aid packages? Can students actually negotiate those packages?
It is possible to do so. You know, most students have accepted where they're going to be going to college by May 1st. So, you know, this year's students, it's too late for them to negotiate. But for next year, yes, absolutely. They can talk to the college financial aid office once they get their financial aid offer and see if there's anything they can do to get additional scholarships from the college.
Yeah, I mean, it could take the average borrower like 20 years to pay off student loan debt, right? So when you're taking out that loan and when you're looking at it, what are some key things you should be looking at and the best place to go get one?
You know, the best kinds of student loans to take out, if you have to have one, is to take out a federal student loan rather than a private student loan. Federal student loans do have more protections, and they also have greater flexibility with repayment options. You know, so that's always going to be the best place to go. And when you apply for financial aid through the FAFSA, that's when you're able to also apply for federal student loans.
Okay, and there are actually, you talked about, you know, scholarships, et cetera, grants, other funds, because you don't have to pay those back, right? So those are things that students should really pay special attention to?
Absolutely. You know, it's always best to avoid student loans if at all possible. So yes, submit the FAFSA every year. It opens on October 1st, and you can apply for federal and state grants through the FAFSA. And then, of course, you should also be really prioritizing scholarships. I recommend that students apply for scholarships year-round, starting from age 16 all the way until they complete their education. And a lot of students think, you know, oh, well, there's probably no scholarships left this year. But that's simply not true. On the ScholarshipOwl platform, we have at least $500,000 in open and actively accepting scholarships all throughout the year. So it's never a bad time to apply.
Wait, did you say starting at 16?
Yes, absolutely. Starting from the time they're a junior in high school all the way until they complete their college education.
Wow. And what's amazing is, and a student may not think about this because I certainly didn't, is that there's a scholarship for almost anything. And so there's apps and there's things, and you're mentioning some of them, right, that you can go and find out really small dollar amounts, but they add up when you kind of apply for them all over from different local areas and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. You know, scholarships can range from smaller dollar amounts, $200 or more, all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars. You know, it's really up to the student, though, to do that research. And I encourage parents to help research them as well.
Yeah, I know that a lot of college students end up looking for a job while they're going to school so they can help pay for their college tuition. But you talk about looking for a job that actually has college-paying benefits.
Yes, you know, a lot of students and parents don't realize that there are many, many companies that offer tuition reimbursement and other benefits for education, so that in addition to earning your hourly wage, you can also have your employer help you pay for college. A lot of fast food franchises offer these kinds of benefits: Target, Chipotle, FedEx, UPS, Home Depot, Kroger, Starbucks. There's so many companies that do this, even for part-time or seasonal workers.
Wow.
What do you recommend for families who hear that term 529 and they're like, should I do it? Should I not do it?
Any way that a parent can help save for their children's education is a great way to go. 529 accounts are certainly an option. These are accounts that parents can put money into, starting from when their child is quite young, all the way until they complete their college education. And the funds that are in there can be used for education for their children.
Yeah, at a lower tax amount.
Yes.
I still have nightmares. Did you file your FAFSA? I'm like, oh. FAFSA still haunts me in my dreams.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much for these great tips. And for more information and active scholarship listings, check out ScholarshipOwl.com. Thanks again.